Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today we are going to study about functions which accept a parameter and returns a values. So guys, let's get started. Suppose we are asked to write a program that inputs a number in the main function and passes the number to the function. The function displays the factorial of that number. So we have to write a function for factorial. First of all, our function prototype void factorial, and here we have to write our factorial function will accept one parameter, and after the main function we have to write the definition of our function void factorial and in parentheses int cn. So this function accepts a single parameter. We are in main function cout enter a number to find factorial. End of line. Scene. We have to declare a number here. In n. Here we will call our function factorial. How we can call our function name and in parentheses parameter. What is parameter? An integer parameter. So this n value will be passed to the function. So this is known as function calling. Now we have to calculate the factorial. Long fact is equal to 1. For int I is equal to, we have to calculate the factorial. I is equal to, what is factorial? We multiply, we start from 1 and multiply till that number. For example, if we have to calculate the factorial of 3, how we can calculate 3? We can calculate 3 multiplied by 2, then multiply by 1. So this is the factorial of 3. This way we can calculate the factorial of 3. So we'll start our loop from 1. I is less than or equal to that number for which we have to calculate the factorial, and I plus plus, then we will increment the value of I. C is a case sensitive language. What is case sensitive? It means it differentiates between uppercase and lowercase letters. See, we have declared I in lowercase, so we can use it in lowercase. If we write I in uppercase, then it will be a syntax error. So we have to write it in lowercase because we have declared it in lowercase. So C is a case sensitive language. It differentiates between uppercase and lowercase letters. So now we will apply a simple logic for factorial. Fact is equal to fact multiplied by our this I counter variable. So in this way we can calculate the factorial. After calculating the factorial, we have to display the factorial on the console window. So factorial of given number is enough. Here we have to display the factorial. That's it. Factorial is stored in this fact variable, so we have to write here fact. In this way we can calculate the factorial. Simply we will start from 1 and multiply that number till start multiplying from 1 to till that number. So 1 multiplied by 1, then 1 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 2, then 2 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 6. So let's execute this program to check whether it's working fine or not. Let's say 3. So the factorial of the given number is 6. So the factorial of 3 is 6. Our program is working correctly. Let's execute this program manually. So we have declared a function void factorial and it accepts a single parameter of integer type, and its return type is void, means it returns nothing. Our program execution always starts from main function, so control will start execution from here. First I have declared an variable n, then I am taking input in this variable. The user entered 3, and in next line I am calling this factorial function and passing this integer variable, this integer value. So it accepts an integer, so I am passing this integer n. So this 3 will be passed to this function because n contains 3. I have entered 3. So factorial of 3, this is known as function calling. How we can call our function? Simply write the name of the function, that is factorial, and in parentheses parameter. So our function accepts one integer parameter, so I have passed this one integer n variable. Now when this call, the control will reach this line number 9, the control will directly jump to the definition of this function, because here we are calling our factorial function, so the control will directly jump here on the definition of this function. So here we are passing int n, means this n is passed and contains 3, so this 3 is passed here. So long fact is equal to 1, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than or equal to n contains 3, because we have passed this n contains 3 n variable, so this 3 is passed here. So this is known as pass by value. We have passed the value of n. So n contains 3, so 1 is less than 3, yes, condition becomes true, so the control enter the body of this loop. Fact is equal to fact contain 1, 1 multiplied by I contain 1, 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1. So this 1 is stored in this fact variable. So now fact contains 1. Again closing missing of this loop, so the control will shift here, jump here. 1 plus 1 I becomes 2, so 2 is less than 3, yes, because n contains 3, so 2 is less than 3, yes. So again fact contains 1 multiplied by I contain 2, 1 multiplied by 2 which is equal to 2. So this 2 is assigned to this fact variable, so the value of fact now becomes 2. again closing braces of this loop, so the control will again shift here and increment the value of I. So 2 plus 1 becomes 3, so I becomes 3. So 3 is less than 3, no. So 3 is equal to 3, yes, 3 is equal to 3 because we have this equal operator. So 3 is equal to 3. So condition becomes true. So the control enter the body of the loop and fact contains 2. Multiply by I contains 3. 2 multiplied by 3 which is equal to 6. So now fact contains 6. Again closing braces of our for loop. So the control will jump here and increment the value of I variable which was previously 3. So 3 plus 1 becomes 4. So 4 I contains 4. 4 is less than 3, no. 4 is equal to 3, no. So the condition becomes false. The control will skip the body of this loop and directly jump here and print factorially of given number is fact contains 6. So 6 is printed on the console window. After executing this line, see our function, closing braces of our function. So the control will shift back here and in next line system pause and our program terminates. So our program terminates here. Press N key to continue. So in this way we can calculate the factorial of a given number using functions. So these functions accept a single parameter. Now let's write this same function which return a value. So let's change the return type to int so that it will return a integer value. Int, here we also have to write int. So the return type of this function is int. Cannot overload function string button. So what is the error? We have to see the errors. So error goes away now. So this function return a single value. So how we can return the single value? Simply instead of writing this, we will simply write a return keyword here, and what we have to install factorial. So factorial, this is our fact variable. So return fact. So this RETURN return. So this will return a factorial. This function now will return a single value of integer value. So our factorial is a integer value. So this 6 will be returned when this function will be called. So now this function will return 6. So we can display this 6 using cout the factorial of is we can display the factorial like this. The factorial of n means the number which is entered by the user is this. So now our function returns a value. In this way we can return a value from a function. Now let's execute this program. 3. So the factorial of 3 is 6. Good. So now our function is returning this 6. So when we will call this function, it will return 6. So here 6 will be printed because this function now returns a integer value, that is 6. So 5. So the factorial of 5 is 120, because 5 multiplied by 4, 20 multiplied by 3, 60 multiplied by 2, 120 multiplied by 1. So 120 is the factorial of 5. So our logic is working correctly. So this is the function with which returns a single integer value and accept a single parameter. Okay guys, this is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Goodbye.